Hello, Bertrand. We just had the shift handover, and now Michael and Eve and myself are with you for the next hours.
Hey, that's nice. Hello. Hello, Leila. Hello, everybody.
Nice to see you. And
you had a good rest?
Yes, we are perfectly rested. All fine here. What I would suggest that we trim back to 25 knots and 7.7 kilowatts per engine
Welcome back to Solar Impulse TV, live from the Mission Control Center in Monaco. It is just after midnight UTC, and we are here with Christoph Schlettig, one of our flight director. I'm stumbling already. This is what happens at 2 a.m. Monaco time. Our flight director for this particular flight, Bertrand Piccard and Solar Impulse are over the halfway point. They are 140 miles past the halfway point, Correct. If I'm not much mistaken. So yeah, tell me how the evening has gone so far since I spoke to you last.
The evening went pretty well. We are right now just about to reach our maximum altitude for today, and Bertrand is already settled in the cockpit with the warm clothing, has the oxygen mask on, and spent the last half an hour reading and writing, which is a good task if you should not be too active physically and just remain calm in the seat.
Yeah.
But we can see right now he's reading the famous white book.
Ah, the famous white book, which is with the comments from all the different members of the team, isn't it? Yeah. And has he had a chance to do a little bit of resting when he was at lower altitudes?
In the night before, the beginning of the night was a little bit turbulent. We had to find a layer of calm air. The second part was better. He was able to spend quite some time resting, and when we talked later to him, he actually admitted that the time he slept was not that much, but we know that Bertrand is good in self-hypnosis, and he went several times into a deep relaxation. That's how he calls it. And he feels fine. He's very happy about the day and the interviews he had, being able to talk to the United Nations in New York. And I have the feeling for him this is as valuable as 1 hour of resting.
Well, and I was just going to ask you about that. So yes, he spoke to Ban Ki-moon, and tell me a little bit about the atmosphere at the Monaco Control Center during that chat.
Now, of course, we all knew that this was a very important interview, and from the control center point of view, you don't want to mess up. I mean, you're happy. You like to see that the cockpit camera is working. You do the sound check and everything. And we know when you talk to the full assembly of the United Nations, you don't get...
we saw a brief clip of there, and then it was there and then disappeared.
You don't get the time slot like on the minute. You have to be flexible, maybe 2 minutes later. But then the time came. We got a pretty short countdown, and sat phone worked. We saw the pictures from the cockpit live. Bertrand had a very good conversation with the delegates there, and for me this was one of the highlights at Solar Impulse.
Oh, it was he was very excited about that.
Hello, Solar Impulse. Hello, Captain Piccard. Where are you now flying? Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Mr. Secretary General. Yes, Mr. Secretary General, I hear you, Excellencies. Yes. I speak to you from the cockpit of Solar Impulse in the middle of the Pacific, flying on solar power, only, no fuel. I took off yesterday from Hawaii. I'm now flying and landing tomorrow evening in San Francisco. So it can seem to be the future, it's science fiction, but not, it's the reality. It's today what clean technologies can achieve impossible things like flying day and night with no fuel on a solar airplane.
That's wonderful. Thank you for joining us on this historic day. You look like an asteroid in the moon. You look great.
You know, Mr. Secretary General, yes, what you are doing today in New York, signing the Paris Climate Agreement, is more than protecting the environment. It is the launch of the clean technology revolution. And this revolution is going to replace the old polluting devices, polluting and inefficient, like combustion engines, incandescent light bulbs, badly insulated houses, old grids of distribution of electricity. All this is going to disappear. This is causing the CO2. This is causing the pollution. And today, what is fantastic is that we have profitable solutions, not expensive problems, profitable solutions, like the one on this airplane. Electrical motors that are 97% efficient, insulation foams for houses to make them independent from the grid. All this airplane is like a smart grid, collecting energy, distributing energy with very, very high efficiency. And this is exactly what the world needs. This is a huge market. It creates jobs. It makes profit. It makes a clean increase in GDP and economical development because it's the market of the future. And the one who understands it will at the same time be successful in their
speech
industry.
And such an amazing clip. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a problem with the beginning of the clip, but you heard the most important bit, which was very exciting, very emotional for the whole team here. And actually, it's another sort of waypoint, another emotional moment, because we're sort of finishing with the departure and starting with the arrival in some ways.
That's perfectly true, and we are looking for a landing clearance in about 30 hours of now. It's like a direct in, but a very long one.
Absolutely. Well, we will keep you posted with all the news between now and then. That's it from us here at Solar Impulse. Christoph has to go to sleep, and we need to continue on through the night. So we will be keeping you posted. The next show will be the Energy Neutral Evening Show in about 2 hours' time.